Still life painting review. What's up friends, Liron here. Thank you for joining me in another video. Today I worked on this lovely little painting here, and I just thought I'd do another one of the review videos where I sort of talk about what I did here, what I could do better, what I did really well, in my opinion, and just share this because I did this one on a hot pressed paper, which I normally don't do, as some of you may know who are more familiar with my work. I love cold pressed, I love the texture, I'm so used to it, and it's just my comfort zone. So I decided to challenge myself a bit and try to step outside of it. And so this produced this work. I will also share the reference image, and I will show you an edited version of it so you can kind of see the comparison of this one and the reference, and we'll just try to see where I could improve and what I did really cool with this one. Anyway, let's change the angle and take a look at this. Okay friends, so I have here the painting and the reference. My printer is really heavy, and so it also printed it really dark. I didn't really try and play too much with the settings, but it was much lighter in the original reference. In any case, you can see that the background is super dark as well. Just like here, and what I want us to look at is the relations between the values. So what I think I got right here overall is the relation between the values. By the way, I want to show you also the original reference. I'll put it here on the side as well, just to give you like an understanding of the colors. But I think the overall relations between the values is what I got pretty accurately here. So you can see my background is lighter than this background, but also the gourd or pumpkin or whatever you want to call it is also lighter. I preserved some highlights here. I really didn't plan anything with this painting. I just sort of went at it and just went with my instincts, and I really feel like I get to the point where I can just start to go with my instincts, and it works. Okay, so I don't have to, like, a lot more things are internalized now, so I kind of just go with it and I get the results I want many times. By the way, I see I lifted a bit too much here and there's a little mess up, but that's okay. So anyway, I think the overall structure of this, and let's take out the reference from the equation for now. Let me actually refocus the camera. So I think the main thing here is that it's actually working regardless of if the values are matching exactly or not. As a whole painting, I'm really pleased with it. So I'll tell you a few things I really like. I really like, and in the original picture it also was like that this shadow sort of fades a bit into the surface. It's really blurry, the edge is really blurry, and I think I got that effect nicely. And also because of the layering, I have this reddish layer under the more brown color, and you can really feel like it fades into a lighter color. By the way, the sun keeps changing, and so now it's a bit blue. I'm sorry about that. Just got obstructed by clouds, and I'm using natural daylight to record this. Anyway, the drawing itself, I'm really pleased with it. I think it's really loyal to the reference image, but still kind of keeps only the necessary things in it. So I didn't draw every single bump on the skin of the gourd. I sort of left some of it for imagination. There is one here that kind of got lost in the shadows, but an important part of really conveying the shape is actually these ones that protrude outside of the shape of the gourd, and this one that are in the shadow, but because of they're a bit I forgot the name, beveled, or they're protrude a bit, so they do have some light on them. So this is a really important part in conveying that. Also, an interesting effect I tried going for, and I think I kind of got it, was the shadow. As you will notice with shadows, the closer the surface on which they are cast to the object that is casting them. So here the distance is very small, here it's a bit larger. The closer they are, the sharper and crisper the shadow is. So this is a really good example. You can see here it's really sort of faded and blurry edged, and the closer it gets to the object, because this area is so close to the table, the sharper and crisper it gets. Also here it should be like that as well. So overall, I'm really pleased with it. I think one major thing that's an improvement from the previous one that's really good with this one is the background doesn't take away from the focus at all. So I just kept it really simple. I wasn't really sure what to do. I shared on my Instagram just to consult with people what they think the background should be. So by the way, if you want to influence my future paintings, you should definitely follow me there, because I sometimes ask and then I listen and I try to take the direction suggested. So I was suggested to use a very dark violet and maybe a bit red or burgundy, and this is what I aimed for here. And so the background is really simple. I don't feel like it takes away from the focus on the main object in the painting, which is what I wanted to achieve. Unlike the previous one where you saw I added some curtains at the back and they took a bit of the attention. So anyway, this is it. Let's wrap up this video. One of the things that really excite me with this YouTube channel is my ability to document my journey of improvement. It's something I don't talk about very often, and maybe it's worth devoting an entire video to, but I come from the world of drawing and I'm really experienced with it. I've been drawing my entire life, published several books about it, and then I made a switch to watercolor. And it was a very humbling experience, because it's like back to square one. So I do have my background in drawing, and it's something I believe I'm really high level at, and my ability to look at something and be able to at least like portray and sketch it on paper in a very competent way. And so right now what I'm really excited about this painting is that I feel like I hug it. Is that it finally feels like I can let go a bit while creating, and things will work out. You see what I mean? I don't have to be on 24/7 alert while painting, which is a huge achievement for me. I'm starting to internalize the most basic wash control and brush stroke technique and patience, and not dabbling too much into, you know, once you put that wash, you kind of just, you're okay with it and it's all good. You don't have to make everything perfect, because you know out of the spontaneity and freedom something awesome will come out. So this feels like a huge leap for me. And that's it. I'm really happy to share that journey and this progress with you guys. So thank you so much for being a part of it, and hopefully, I don't know, in like a few years when people will ask me like how did I get to whatever level I'm at, I can tell them, well, browse back, go back a few years and you'll see the level I was at. So I think it's a really interesting topic, and I will devote an entire video just for that. But I do want to take this opportunity and really thank you for sticking around, being a part of this, and I will see you again really soon.